This is an ABC News special report celebrating President George Herbert Walker Bush. Now reporting, George Stephanopoulos.
Good morning and welcome to our celebration of President George H.W. Bush. 4 days of tributes and honors for our 41st president, and that is the scene in Houston, Texas this morning, the George H. Lewis Funeral Home. The Bush family gathering now to escort their father, their grandfather, to the motorcade that will take him to Ellington Air Force Base outside of Houston, flying to the U.S. Capitol for the last time. And there we see the casket carrying President Bush. Draped, of course, in the American flag, a fighter pilot shot down at the age of 20 during World War II, the defining experience of his life. Now beginning a journey to the U.S. Capitol, where he will lie in state before a national day of mourning on Wednesday and the funeral at the National Cathedral. The President will be accompanied as well, not only by his family, but also by his service dog, Sully. We want to show you the scene inside that funeral home this weekend. There you see the service dog, named after, of course, that famous pilot, with the man he served for so long. The service will continue for Sully. He's going to go on to Washington, D.C. and serve at the Walter Reed Medical Center. Neil Bush, the president's son, right there living in Houston. Cokie Roberts, you're here with me right now. He and his wife and family serving their father right up until the end.
Right, and mother. They were really at his side throughout this time of sickness of both of the Bushes and right up to the end. In the summer, of course, President Bush was at Kennebunkport. All of the family was there, but especially his daughter Doro. So having these 5 children have made a big difference in their ability to be surrounded by loved ones.
That motorcade now will set on about a 45-minute drive to Ellington Air Force Base in Texas. Amy Robach is there. Amy.
That's right, George. In fact, final security preparations are underway right here at Ellington Air Force Base as guests have already started to line up, go through those security sweeps to pay their respects to the Bush family and to the late President Bush. And preparations have been going on here for several days, actually. There have been rehearsals throughout the morning, and they began yesterday when Air Force One landed here at Ellington Air Force Base from Washington to carry the casket of George H.W. Bush. It was outfitted especially for this occasion, several rows of seats taken out to make room for the casket of H.W., and his family members will be accompanying him. The Texas clan, along with George W. Bush and Laura Bush, will all be in tow on that plane back to Washington, that final trip to Washington. And we know that there will be several things that will be happening here during the departure ceremony. There will be Hail to the Chief will be played with a simultaneous 21-gun salute. The casket of George H.W. will be carried through the military cordon, placed into the aircraft, and then the family, of course, escorted onto Air Force One, which has been especially named because it's technically not Air Force One if President Trump is not on board. So this one has been called Air Mission 41, Special Air Mission 41, in honor of President H.W. Bush making that final trip to D.C., George.
And the motorcade is rolling now, about a 45-minute drive to Ellington Air Force Base. And then, of course, on to Washington, D.C. for lying in state at the Capitol and a ceremony with the leaders of Congress later this afternoon, all ahead of the National Cathedral funeral on Wednesday morning. We are going to be covering all of that here at ABC News, starting later this afternoon around 11:30 and later at 4:45 Eastern, the U.S. Capitol ceremony. For now, we're signing off as we celebrate the life of George H.W. Bush.
This has been a special report from ABC News.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.